This is the Carty Method Podcast.
Are y'all ready? I'm Carty, by the way. Welcome to another Carte Method Podcast. Today is the show that you guys have been waiting for. It's Thursday. Thursday is the day I look at your assignments and I give you a very tight brief, let's say, with these assignments. Sorry, the music was a bit loud there. I give you a very tight brief with these assignments. And every Thursday is when that happens. Thursday is photo review day. And this week, I asked you to make a hero image within your niche at night. So it was very simple. Create a night photography hero image. Shooting at night is one of the things that is an essential skill, I believe. I started shooting at night when digital photography was invented back around 2004. And since 2004, 20 years has gone by that I've been shooting at night. And I got to tell you, shooting at night is an essential skill. So every once in a while, I bundle in a night assignment to get you some experience, some reps at shooting at night. It is so important. It's so important to know how to shoot at night. And this is what today's episode is about. So make a striking image in low light conditions, whether it's a portrait, a place, or a product. Portrait shooters can use artificial light outside to create a dynamic nighttime scene. Places shooters could photograph the beauty of a city or a landscape at night. And people who shoot things can highlight a product illuminated in a dramatic way at night. And it was a horizontal assignment. The goal was for you to send me a horizontal assignment. And I asked for 4,000 pixels wide by 100 DPI. As always, no mobile uploads. And it was due last night, Wednesday at midnight, my time, midnight Eastern time. All right, so we have submissions. I'm very excited that this first submitter is back. Welcome back, April Diallo. April says, hey, Carty and crew, back again from a pretty long break. And I am looking forward, let me just straighten this. I'm looking forward to restarting my photography journey, welcoming fall with a drink. Shot with the Sony A7R3 Mark III. 1 second exposure, 1/25th ISO at f11. Shot with continuous light. Guys, this is April Diallo. April, let's go. Welcome back, April. Thanks for submitting. April, this is great. I'm really liking the vibe here. Let's look at it as a double. Like, you really got the sensibility of the double page spread. The only thing that's missing is the color balance. The color balance, or white balance as we know it. White balance, because fire is really, obviously, I'm not trying to be funny here when I say fire is warm, but fire reads warm because the color temperature or Kelvin or white balance, which is measured in K, is like around 2,500 K. And in order to get this label, which is not quite as yellow as it is here in the skin, which is also yellow, and this, which is black or gray, is also yellow. In order to counter that, you need to color balance. So white balance is the one thing within this picture that would snap it up. This is definitely off. So I'm giving you love for the submission. I'm giving you an 11 on concept and execution, and giving you a 10 on processing. Make sure that you fix the color balance. It's going to change this reality completely. Guys, that was April. That's going to change the... Oh, there we go. Okay. Very much better. All right. And by the way, I didn't do any Halloween stuff. I usually will do like a web or something like that in the overlay, but completely forgot this year. Guys, happy Halloween. It is October the 3/1, which is the last day of October. I think they call it All Hallows Eve. So happy Halloween, everybody. Guys, that was April. April, thanks for submitting. Let's get into our next photographer. And our next photographer is Joshua Haney. Joshua says, this is Philo Musica in pink. Shot with the Canon R6, 85mm, f4, ISO 800 at 1/15th of a second with a single strobe. Guys, this is Joshua Haney. Joshua, thanks for submitting. Single strobe at night. I love the idea, Joshua. I love the idea here. Let's look at this as a double. As a double, your framing couldn't be better. Your framing couldn't be better. I don't mind the elbow going onto the other side at all. Like, this is more than acceptable. The hands on the headphones, the eyes closed, the really bright pink. All of this is a yes. The only thing that I'm noticing is the exposure. The exposure here is over. This is over by, I'm going to call this half a stop. So in processing, just pull this back a little bit. I like the fact that you have a little shutter drag. Oops, that's a B. A little drag. You can see like the slow shutter speed. There's a little bit of doubling there. But overall, Joshua, I think this really works for me. I just want you to give me a reprocess. Give me a reprocess and give me less exposure. Take this down, start with -1/3. And again, make sure that we're not getting any whiteness, like we're getting too white here in the cheeks. Do you have a light meter is my next question. Do you have a light meter? Light meter is going to definitely nail this and make this perfect. So make sure that light meter is a factor. Why did your selfie guy not go? Did he go, Anton? I didn't see. You know, because we got the selfie girl. She's vain. This one down here. Guys, that was Joshua Haney. Joshua, just fix the exposure. Do me a favor, do that. I love the bokeh. I love this. Like, this back here is amazing. Amazing. The only exposure issue is here. So you're not going to lose too much of this when you pull the exposure down just a touch. But if you do, you can do like, you can mask if you need to. You can mask this back here and make back here just a little bit lighter if you need to. But that is Joshua Haney, everybody. Joshua, I'm giving you an 11 on that one. And my only issue is the exposure. Make sure that you have a meter and you're like nailing your exposure. And also in post, make sure you're nailing it. I'm not sure what your monitor setup is, but having amazing monitors makes it really easy to nail your exposure if like visually you can see it. I'm feeling like exposure is the one thing that people have a lot of hard times with. So it seems like it's time. Please, team Carty Cartel, remind me I need to make some content on exposure because it's starting to feel like it's really, really necessary. All right, guys, that was Joshua Haney. Let's see who's next. Doyle Daniels. Doyle says, hey, Carty. Hey, people. This week I went back to the drawing board for a photo I tried to create a few times now, a long exposure portrait using only natural light from a fire. Long story short, I failed again and ended up needing a strobe. Still, I wanted to look like it was lit entirely with natural light. It's a bit noisier than I'd like, but overall I'm happy. Getting the fire to look right after about 100 attempts, though Xander the subject was a real trooper. Shot with a Nikon Z8 35mm 1.8S f8 half a second ISO 800. There's a 200 watt strobe positioned behind the camera and slightly to the right of the subject, aimed away from the frame at a hanging blanket. So he's basically bouncing the light off a white blanket and using that as the fill. Guys, this is the one and only Doyle Daniels. Doyle, this isn't a bad attempt. I mean, trying to get someone lit by fire is a very low exposure. Just FYI, so you all know, Fire is an incredibly low, like, lux, or is that lumen? It's low lumen. That's what I'm trying to say. Lumen is like light measurement, so it's very low, and it's really hard to shoot a person that way because the person moves, and you're gonna get blur. And because you're gonna get blur when you're shooting a face, that just doesn't hit. So the way that you now decided to handle it, I feel like is way, way better an execution. Number one, the exposure is perfect. Number two, the framing is perfect. There's a little bit too much headroom up here. I don't think that you need that much headroom, but still, Doyle, this is a fine flick. His outfit is okay. The jacket, the attitude, the light is very competent. Just watch your exposures in here. You can see how it's starting to get just a little bit hot. I'm not sure how far your strobe was, but it might be a little close. I don't usually, with strobes, go that close with it. Like, I'm talking 6 feet is like the minimum. 1 second, please. All right, so apparently this is the wrong picture and the wrong person. Man sitting at fire pit. Okay, Samuel. I am on Samuel, my God. So I missed, sorry guys. I was a little bit off with whose picture this is. The man with the puffer jacket. This, guys, is Samuel Sailing. It is not Doyle Daniels. So this, I don't know how I missed this one. My apologies. This is Samuel Sailing, this picture here. My bad. Samuel, I apologize. Calligraphy, thank you. So this is Samuel. So Samuel says, my bad, guys, apologize. Samuel says, first try on an external strobe light. Let's see what Carty says. Sony A7. I was going to say, where's the firelight? Sony A7 IV 50mm GM 1.4, 5.6, ISO 640, 1/10 of a second. Godox AD300, handheld above subject. Samuel Sailing. Samuel, apologize. Thanks for clarifying that for me. So all the things hold true, Samuel. I apologize that I got the names wrong. Sometimes that happens. This exact picture is on the button for me. Everything that I've said holds true. Watch your headspace. Watch your exposure here. Watch your exposure here. And make sure if you have a meter, I'm not sure if you have a meter yet, Samuel, but just make sure that this forehead doesn't get too bright. This is pretty perfect. I feel like the exposure here and here is absolutely perfect. You might be able to take down this area just a little bit using highlight. Just pull the highlights down just a touch. But this is a win for me. This was a win, whether it was Doyle Daniels or Samuel Sailing. Sorry, Doyle. Well done. Well done. This is an 11 for me, Samuel. The framing is pretty much spot on. Like, you're just a little bit of headspace. Just narrow that for me a little. Apologize for that. All right. Here is our next shooter. Now we are on Doyle Daniels. Don't ask me how I missed it. I do my best. I do my best to not miss names. But now we're doing this with a new format. We're like a month in doing it this way, where I have Garin basically download all the photos. He makes a document for me, and I look at the photos. I advance the photos. I look at the next person. It's been flawless, but sometimes I mess up, so I apologize for that. So this now is Doyle Daniels. So Doyle said, as I mentioned, he went back to the drawing board for a photo he tried to shoot a few times, long exposure in a fire pit using only natural light. So he wanted to look like it was lit by natural light, but it's a bit noisier than he'd like. Took over 100 attempts. Xander was an amazing subject. So Z8, 35mm 1.8S, F8, half a second, ISO 800, 200 watt strobe positioned behind the camera and slightly to the right of the subject, aimed away at the hanging blanket. As mentioned, guys, now this is Doyle Daniels. Doyle. So I definitely see what you were trying to do here. Definitely. His head angle, I mean, let's look at it as a double first. Like, your composition is pretty strong. Your composition is pretty strong for sure. And the fact that you did use this strobe definitely helped. The color balance, I'm not sure if his shirt is pink. It looks like it might be because there's some white underneath. It's just about the color balance and trying to pull here and getting the white balance from that shirt. This is a really good attempt though. Let me look at it closer. Let's look at it closer. You guys are checking my heart rate now that I messed up. That makes definite sense, but I'm still doing all right. I'm not having a heart attack yet. Here we go. So it's not quite as noisy as you think. I mean, the only thing that I'm seeing is this like really hard shadow on the nose, and that this, I'm not sure where your light is coming from. I love how the fire looks. The fire is super dope. I'm just worrying about like, this is a very natural expression, but I feel like if he had turned his face so he was more facing the fire, then that no shadow wouldn't be there. The fact that he's looking at you, I feel like this is more of a lifestyle picture. And because it's a lifestyle picture, I feel like he should be not looking at you. I feel like he should be just chilling by the fire. But this is a yes for me. I'm giving you love here, Doyle. This is a really good attempt, and it's a really good save using the strobe. I feel like color balance is one thing. Color balance is definitely something that I want you to fix because his skin just looks a little bit too yellow. As mentioned, the fire is very, very, very warm. You can pull that back a bit. And there's quite a bit of pink in his skin as well. So that, like, if we can just work the color balance, that's going to hit for me just a little bit more. Guys, Doyle Daniels. Well done, Doyle. Well done. All right, we back on track. Let's move this all the way over here. Perfecto. All right, we back on track. Nick Johnson. Hey, Matt. Matt has dropped me a nice super chat. Matt says, hey, by the way, thank you for the super chat. Matt is asking, is there any way I could give advice for building a portfolio for somebody who's new? Yes, Matt, I definitely could. This is how you build a portfolio. Number one, you only shoot one thing. You only shoot one thing. I mean, for me, I'm a people photographer. So because I shoot people, you'll notice when you look at my portfolio that you only see people. So the first and quickest way for you to level up, Matt, as a emerging professional photographer is to shoot one thing. Now, number one, when you're new, this is what people do. They get a camera, they go out and they do street photography because it's non-invasive. It's pointing their camera at things that they see and they're taking pictures. Sadly, there's no business model there. There's no business model for making money as a street photographer. There is a business model for making money shooting portraits. So what I started with is fashion. That's all I shot was fashion. That's all I shot. I was doing fashion. And that taught me how to make everybody look amazing, whether I was shooting men or women, whether I was shooting models or non-models. And because I'm a people specialist and I have like a bit of a swaggy way that I shoot, that now my style, that has now opened up a world of opportunities because I'm known for shooting one thing. So, Matt, what we're trying to do in a world that is so incredibly saturated as a photographer, like everybody and their mother thinks that they're a photographer. Everybody with an iPhone thinks that they're a photographer. So what you have to do as an emerging photographer and how you build your portfolio is by showing one thing. Like, there's no product photography in here. There's no landscapes. There is no anything else except for people. And it is why my portfolio has such impact. It has the impact because I only show like really the best photography that I've done. But I've been shooting for 34 years. So I have a lifetime of examples that I can show in my portfolio. So for you, Matt, the emerging photographer, and I'm not saying that necessarily you have to shoot people, but I'm saying you have to choose a lane, shoot cars, shoot products, shoot architecture, real estate. Like, think about who would pay me to make this picture and just shoot one thing. Like, that's what you do. You shoot one thing. And then when you see this portfolio together of only one thing, it makes sense and it feels right when you look at a portfolio that's all one thing. And then when you now see how I get hired and you see my work in action, well, it makes sense that I shoot just one thing. It makes sense because you can see all the different applications where shooting just one thing and being known for shooting people, you can see all the different applications that I get hired, mostly magazines, mostly advertising, to shoot people. So when you're developing your portfolio, what new photographers do is they show everything that they can shoot. And that's not the goal. We are not trying to show everything that we can shoot, because I can shoot a lot of different kinds of things. But what we are trying to show is our style. Who has a question? MVB Kryptonite. So I hope that gives you a good answer, my friend. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. So MVB Kryptonite has a question. He says, I mentioned I'm rebuilding my website and might already done so. What platform did I use? Well, what a great segment. The platform that I used is Pixpa, because Pixpa is my new sponsor. Pixpa is the spot if you're trying to build a creative website. I've looked at everything, and I was just about to sign up for Squarespace to build this website builder, and the fine people over at Pixpa reached out to me because they liked my content, and they asked me if I'd be interested in a sponsorship deal. I've used Squarespace, Wix, Adobe Portfolio, and WordPress. Pixpa's portfolio builder is blowing me away. It's the perfect balance between ease of use and advanced functions. I will say 100% I agree. I built my website in an hour. And I mean, I took the entire week to refine it, but Pixpa, client galleries, you can sell images, you can sell downloads. Like, if you're doing PicTime and all that stuff, you don't have to do that anymore because it's all built into your own website. I speak to Rizvi as well as Frizzell there, and these guys are incredible with their customer service. They have insane templates, and it's a no-brainer. So this is powered by Pixpa. You can use my link in the video description and get 50% off any yearly plan, courtesy of Pixpa. So basically, Pixpa is who I use. I was going to use Adobe Portfolio. I mean, I was on Adobe Portfolio, then I migrated to Pixpa. I waited until phase 2 of my accelerator where we build websites, and I built my website and dealt with my brand new portfolio to align with the people who are in my accelerator. I promised the people who are in my accelerator that I was going to do the accelerator with you. Everything that I'm telling you to do, I'm doing for myself. I was re-updating my website and re-clarifying my offer and doing all of that stuff that I teach in my accelerator. So PIXPA is what I chose. I hope that helps you, Mr. Kryptonite MVP. So that is the vibes. I hope that helps you and answers your question, Mr. MVP Kryptonite. Offer code in the video description near the bottom under sponsors. So that is PIXPA. All right, guys, that was Doyle Daniels. Doyle, thank you. Oh my goodness, the glitches. By the way, if you're seeing all of these glitches, you're at home watching live, you got to hit the join button, because if you hit the join button, you also will be able to control my stream. I give my members secret commands so they can do cool stuff while they're watching me. It just makes it more interesting for these two and you at home to watch, because, you know, they're at home, they're watching, and they're actually controlling my stream with those secret commands in chat. So if you want to be one of the members, one of the ones that has a crown next to your name, like the 192 other people, guys, we are almost at 200 members. Can you help me get there? If you're at home right now and benefiting from this commercial-free content, by the way, because of these members right here, you get commercial-free content. So they're paying for you to actually get commercial-free content. So if you could actually do a Bly and maybe become a member as well, that would be super amazing. So let's get to our next viewer. Next one is Nick Johnson. Nick says, I love shooting at night. Me too, Nick. It's one of my favorite ways to challenge myself. Lighting, scene choice, waiting for bystanders to pass by, resisting the urge to duck into the ramen shop on the corner. For this shot with Jada, I used a Sigma 28mm 1.4 art lens on a Canon R6 Mark II. Nick just bought the Canon R5 Mark II and a 135 1.8. I am Nick. Oh. Nick, I'm so jealous for you, bro. I'm so happy for you. A little jelly. I mean, I could go buy an R5 Mark II, but I'm still happy with my R5. But Nick, by the way, you got to be in the community. Oh my God, what a great photo. What a great photo. Some of my best work. So for this shot with Jada, I used the Sigma 28mm 1.4 art lens on the R6 Mark II, ISO 3200. 2.2 60th of a second. Lighting was a modeling lamp from the AD300. Strobe with a small softbox gelled closely to match the color temperature of the ambient light. This is pretty much straight out of camera with the exception of some retouching debris from the walkway. I'm still seeing a little bit more noise in the darkest areas of her suit than I would like at ISO 3200 with the R6 II. I might have to upgrade the body in the very near, oh my goodness, in the very near future. What is happening here with my monitor? I might need to upgrade my body in the very near future, and we'll be reshooting something similar. You just did upgrade your body, my guy. You just did upgrade your body, Nick. We saw you. We saw you. Guys, this is Nick Johnson. Nick, this is an idea for sure. This is an idea. I asked for a horizontal picture. You gave me one. Really strong on the composition, Nick. I love the space that you gave this girl. I love the space. The only issue I have is the side lighting, but I know why you had to do it. You really had to do this light in order to make this light feel like it is the real light from this scene. Because again, you know, I'm noticing the shadow on this side of the nose. But it's flattering on her. Like, this is pretty. I don't mind her holding her jacket. I don't love it, but I don't mind it. The lapel is flipping. That's something that, again, it just shows a little bit of life and wind. Her hair is blowing. She's got the right attitude. Just make sure when they're holding that, like that her hands aren't too clenchy. I feel like her hands could be just a little bit too clenchy. Also, I want you to notice that you compose this on the thirds. Oh no, that's a lie, because this is the whole picture. I lied, Nick. Sorry, ignore me. You didn't compose this on the third. I'm zoomed in. Apologies for that. You didn't compose this on the thirds. You composed this perfectly. Because I saw that first, but I was zoomed in. My bad. Apologize, Nick. So, Nick, this is a yes for me. This is definitely an 11. I'm giving you the applause, Nick. Your color balance even... You managed to get the color balance right here and just let whatever was happening back here happen. So I'm okay with the color balance as well. So this is a yes for me, Nick. You said you were going to shoot it again because of noise. That's fine. Yeah, this is a yes for me, Nick. Again, will it make it to your book? That's a tricky one because now, I mean, I know your portfolio, so... You know, will it make it to your book? Well, now it starts to become the level of the girls that you have in your book and who makes it and who doesn't, you know? So that's sort of the next thing. And also, I'm interested in more shoots at night with you. So show me more. And also think about environmental light, like using the environment as the light source and how you can mix environmental light with strobe in order to get something super interesting. And draggy shutter, just go crazy, just try some stuff. This guy's is Nick Johnson. Nick, thanks for submitting. Thank you, Nick Johnson. But guys, you having a good time? You enjoying yourself? Please consider subscribing if you're getting any value from this content. I do this Tuesdays and Thursdays where I look at your photography. Tuesdays is a portfolio review show where I ask you to send me a picture from your portfolio. I look at it and I tell you exactly whether I think it should be in your portfolio or not. And I tell you what to do and to improve it. And then Thursdays, I give you an assignment. Yes. The assignment is a very tight brief and you go out and make that picture. That's the vibe. If you watch on Tuesday, this is a secret. If you watch Tuesday's show and you're one of my photo submitters, on Tuesday, I spin the wheel. By the way, new people like you, April. Tuesdays, I spin the wheel. So Tuesday, for the smart ones, Tuesday, you find out what the assignment is for the week. Tuesday, you find out what that is for the assignment next Thursday. If you missed Tuesday's episode, you have to wait until hearing me say it again Thursday because I don't post it until the end of Thursday's episode. So you have 2 extra days if you watch Tuesday's episode. All right, this is Liza Hyder. Liza said, this is Stacy posing in one of her evening gowns in downtown Seattle. This is my first Carty night hero portrait assignment. Photographing people at night is really challenging, at least for me anyway. I rented an Aperture Amaran battery powered light with a barn door and grid. Thanks to my husband for assisting on this one. Nikon D850 50mm lens, 1/25 of a second at f4 ISO 800. Guys, Liza Hyder's first attempt at night. Liza, it's hard, but I think you did a pretty good job. I mean, picking a location, coming up with an idea. I think that you really did a good job. Your composition is sound. Her body language leaning forward like this, I mean, again, it's really tricky with a dress like this, but I think that you did an amazing job. The exposure on her face is great. Her hair looks great. The exposure on her face is great. I mean, it's always hard when you're shooting an evening gown, when you're shooting a woman seated. Like, gowns like this are just begging for her to be standing. Her shoe is perfect. It really matches well. Like, the whole outfit matches her hair. This is a yes for me, Liza. This is unequivocally, this is why my camera isn't here, because it's hiding her photo. This is a yes for me, Liza. Showing you again the perfect double page composition. This is a textbook clinic on how to shoot a double page. It's interesting. It has leading line. Your color balance here, is perfect. So you really nailed the color balance on her and you just let whatever happened back here happen. So this is great. You can see there's room here for the article. When it goes in a double page spread, there's room down here for the article. This works. This is actually a 11 and a yes from me for the one and only Liza Hyder. Liza, congratulations. Thank you for submitting. So, yeah, that was Liza. Well done. Well done. By the way, if you want to submit your photos, you just go to the cartymethod.com header. You'll see YouTube submissions and or YT submissions. YT stands for YouTube Secret Time. Yeah, just join my submissions. You get access to my incredible photography community, which has like almost 450 humans in there that are all just like you, photographers trying to get to the next level. They are all watching my content and they are all learning from the amazing other people in there, and me and Garan and the people in my accelerator who also are in my community. And the knowledge is filtering down and everybody helps everybody. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Make sure you're in my community if you're one of those people who's at home right now alone without a community around you and your photography. You got to get on the Carty Method community. Guys, this is our next shooter. Our next shooter is Anna Kaya. Anna K says, hey, this is my nighttime portrait submission. This is Simeon, a classmate of my son who's considering trying out modeling. I think he absolutely should give it a try. 50 millimeter, ISO 1000, 100th of a second at f3.5, shot with a single gelled speed light and a constant light source. This is Anna Kaya. Let's go, Anna. This kid should be modeling for sure. What a look. What a look. Let's have a look at this as a double, Ina. Yeah, I think you nailed this. You have to make sure that you're not composing too much on the thirds. You can see that this is almost a little bit biased too far in, but I do know like there's pants here and the jacket. Like I definitely see. For me, this extra space here, I don't need. I definitely need this reflection and it's a bit on the gutter. So how could you position yourself or have him lean off the wall here? So his head's a little bit more here and then he would be leaning off the wall here and get his head a little bit more in here. But as far as a portfolio picture, as far as you executing the brief, as far as you getting the exposure right, again, just watch in here that we're not going too far. Let me look in here on the... Yeah, this is great, Anna. Really, really good. You should be thrilled. This guy should definitely start modeling. This is what I'm going to call an 11 and a yes. And I love the blue tones. I love the color balance. This is amazing, Anna, and one of your best. This is definitely a yes, and please shoot this boy again and yes, sir, yes. Send him off to a modeling agency, please. Like, you guys are controlling my lights. It's tripping me out. I forget that you guys control my lights, so the lights, the volume of the lights behind me keeps going like up and down. It's tripping me out. But Anna Kaya, that's a yes for me. Anna Kaya, everybody. All the way from Ottawa, Canada. Anna is a graphic artist who is a full-time, she's a freelancer already. She's a full-time graphic artist with her own business, and she loves photography more than graphic design. So I'm actually helping her transition from a full-time graphic artist to a full-time photographer. Anna, you did great. Great job. Let's see who's next. Our next photographer is Anna Kaya. I just said that. Ha ha. Our next photographer, guys, is Taylor Valentine. Taylor says this is a blue train, another dark early morning mission, this time to shoot a bike packing lifestyle image. Lighting is provided by a 1200 lumen RGB panel and a 500 lumen handlebar mounted bicycle light. It's a bit more abstract than my usual and required some knowledge of the subject matter. Thank you for your review. That's cycle touring on a mountain bike for the non-bike folks in the room. I'm all bikes, dude. So I know exactly what I know exactly what I'm about to look at. This is a Nikon Z6 Mark II with a Nikon 40mm f2, shot at f11 at 15 seconds with ISO 100. This, guys, is Taylor Valentine. Taylor! Well done, Taylor. Well done, Taylor. The exposure is just a little bit low, just overall, but the color saturation and the idea is really it. It's really it. I just need, like, what I need is background. I need what you have here. I need back here, coming in this way, to give me the rest of the bike, to give me a highlight on the seat, to give me a highlight on the back tire, to give me highlight on the components on the bars, like to give me highlights on the bags, because you can imagine this is an ad for the panniers. And then there's another pannier here. And it's also, I mean, this is a Surly. Surleys are crazy for this. So, like I want to see more of the frame. I need to see this back triangle. I need to see the rest of the bike. And that comes from preferably white rear light. So I just want you to, because here you thought more like kick the light in from the front. I would have kicked this same light in from the back, or kicked it in up here to give you that separation here and let the bike like silhouette. You know what I mean? Like, these are the things that I'm thinking about. Taylor, the attempt is amazing. The swing is for the fences, and I get it. I know what you're trying to do. I just think the placement of the light here, that front blue light should have been behind. And this highlight, you could have even kicked that highlight in from the front. I mean, again, this is, I think you need 3 lights in this scenario in order to get the idea that you want. I love the sunburst here from that bike light. But again, Taylor, there's just not enough exposure. There's not enough exposure. Like, this is your main body. Like, most of your shot is underexposed. And what we do see here, this is also under by, I'll call this like a third. So more exposure and less f-stop if that's what you need. Like, just open your f a little bit more. Guys, that is Taylor Valentine. Taylor, the idea is great though. I'm saying just shoot it again. Shoot it again. Like, shoot it again. That's all. And decide whether the bike itself or the bike bags are the product. Decide which one, because right now it's shot for the bike bags, but we don't see the bike bags enough, but we do see the Surly brand. So decide whether this is the most important thing here or that logo. So you got to decide. Guys, that is Taylor. Taylor Valentine. All right, let's see who's our next shooter, and that is Mike Morrison. Mike Morrison says, at night at the track, Sony A7 R5 with a 70 to 200 Grandmaster Mark II, as he likes, 85mm 1/15th of a second, 2.8 3/20th on ISO. Guys, this is Mike Morrison. Yes. This is a yes for me, Mike. This is a yes. Let's look at this as a double. Yes. Yes. This is a magazine editorial shot. This is a magazine editorial, but there are some slight issues that I'm going to show you. Number one, the horizon. And again, I'm going to show you because I am a bit of a psychopath. I want you to notice that the horizon on the cars is crooked. So your horizon line is crooked. So that's something that we can easily straighten. And you can see that it actually runs through the whole picture. Like, you can see it actually feels offset, but using the base of the wheels of the car is the quickest way. I'm positive that track is straight. So that's the first thing, Mike, is a straightening. Let's have a look at your grain and everything like that, your exposure. This guy blurred. Like, nothing else really bothers me about this picture except for the tilt. So Fix the tilt and Bob's your uncle. This is a yes for me once you fix the tilt. That's Mike Morrison, guys. This is a yes. I'm giving you an 11 on this idea, an 11 on the composition. It's incredibly strong with great discipline. And yeah, just give me that picture straight. Mike Morrison, guys. Yeah, I mean, Mike's in chat. Mike, you know, there's so many things that you're thinking about, and you're also in a pretty dangerous spot just because of kickback and all of this stuff. So I know you're shooting at 85, so you're not quite as close as you appear in this picture, but I'm sure there's a lot of things to think about. My suggestion is tripod. On these shots, tripod is going to be your friend. Tripod, 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 tripod. Because you can really lock your shot. You can self-timer it and leave. You can remote trigger it. Like there's all these, just tripod, 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 tripod. You can make your shot way more disciplined. And even this is very disciplined, but a tripod would take it to the next level and make it sharper as well. Guys, that is Mike Morrison. You with me? You with me? You with me, with me, with me? You feeling it? Hey, this is Les Carty. That's my brother, my older brother, older, wiser brother. My brother's a painter, and not only is he a fine art painter, but he also is a custom car painter and restorer. He's the best in the industry. He makes paint that looks like glass. They call him the mirror maker. So, Big Carty here. It's been dreads straight back this last few weeks. I shot this Sunday, I believe, just before I left a shot with the GoPro Hero 9. I just sent my brother a GoPro Hero 9 and a DJI Osmo Pocket. This is Les Carty with the back and super wide with the GoPro. Les. Crazy super wide. Crazy super wide. I mean, it's definitely a shot at night. I really like the idea here. I like what you're trying to do. Definitely. Let's look at the double. I mean, I feel like you could have pushed yourself a little bit over because you can see you're here. Oopies. You're here. I want you to be placed like here. But this is a dope idea. Obviously, like that GoPro, when you shoot in super wide mode, it's going to be so wide. And the distortion, like the GoPro is a GoPro. It's not camera first. And if you are going to use it as a camera, you have to use it in like with the linear mode. So it makes everything straight and not like it doesn't bend lines this way. It corrects it. If you shoot in that mode, it's like L plus. It makes a big difference. So my suggestion, and also the back of this car is so shiny. You have to shoot this with your Canon. You got to shoot this with your Canon because it's going to look so much better. So that's like my two suggestions. My brother's looking for a new camera. So I'm going to let's talk so I can recommend a new Canon body for you. That is Leslie Carty. Again, Les, I don't think that this is portfolio quality for you because of how detailed you need your portfolio pictures of your work to be. So again, reshoot this car and reshoot this paint detail with your Canon in a 50. Big brother Leslie. We're getting old. We used to have a studio together. My first studio back in 1991 was with brother Les, and it was called Two Eyed Studios because secret time. I'm legally blind. I have contact lenses in. I wear glasses, and my prescription is minus 9.25. Legally blind. My focus point without glasses is like here. I've been wearing glasses since I was 8. So I am legally blind. I am a photorealistic photographer, and I notice the details that you see me noticing. My brother is blind in one eye. He has no vision in one of his eyes, and he wears a contact lens in the other. So between the two of us, me and my brother, we had 2 good eyes between 2 people. Combine my 2 bad eyes together, get 1 good one. My brother's got half of one. So we were 2-eyed studios. back in the day. Les, thank you for submitting. I don't think this is a hit, but I just want you to reshoot this not so wide and with the other camera. The GoPro is just not it for photography, at least not that one. Now I have 13. The GoPro 13 now shoots 45 megapixels. So, or 24, so I don't know. Like it just shoots like way bigger files. So, Big Brother Les, thank you for submitting. And my brother, again, he also drives a motorcycle. He can't drive a car because of the blind spots. He can't drive a car, but he can drive a motorcycle. So he drives a motorcycle and he's one eye. It's fucking mental. Anyways, Big Brother Les. Les, thank you for submitting. Who's next on my list? Joe Franklin says DJI Mini 4 Pro, 1/15 of a second, ISO 100. Joe Franklin. Let's get it on, Joe. Wow. This building is crazy. And I mean, the angle at which you're hitting this is really tricky because you don't see the top of the roof. And I feel like this roof is such a crazy structure, but we don't see the top of this roof. But down here is such an amazing structure. So it's almost like I know why you're shooting because you want to see this. I'm feeling like I want the drone skied. I want the drone skied on this one. I definitely want the drone skied, and I want to see more of the top of the roof and just hints of the red. And then I want to see this building from the ground. Yeah, or from a lower perspective. I'm torn on this. Let's look at it as a double. Compositionally strong, Joe. I'm just torn with your height. I'm not sure if this is the right height because I feel like it's really, it's giving us like an optical illusion here, and we're losing this distance here. We're losing the width across the building. And I know, look at how wide it is. Like that span is like 50 meters. So we're missing that span because you're hitting it so this roof is so thin. So meaning thin in perspective. If you go up, you're going to see more of it. As you go down, you're going to see none of it. So I feel like you're trying to do two pictures in one because this back here is so interesting. You're trying to get this in the same picture with this. And it's like, for me, the way to do it is from the ground. The way to do it is from the ground and have that in the background on either side. So I'm torn with this picture. I'm asking for another image, or I'm asking for a reshoot because the height here isn't right. It needs to be like, I would say 10 or 15 meters lower, or like 20 meters higher. And if I have to do it in feet for the Americans, it's going to have to be 20 feet lower, 20 to 30 feet lower, or like 100 feet higher. It's just like where you are right now is just the wrong perspective. It's throwing this building off for me. I hope you understand, Joe, and I hope you see it as well. By the way, if you shoot that QR code over here, when it comes up, that QR code takes you to the cartymethod.com, in case you're wondering. This makes it easier because I'm realizing nowadays 20% of the people who watch me watch on a television. Put your hand up if you watch YouTube on a television. If that's you, you're watching on a television, it's hard to be in chat, but this is how you do it. You have your television open on YouTube and you're watching, but then you have your phone also open, but it's open just to the live chat, and you can play on the live chat. You can like, you can comment, you can follow links, and you're also watching live. People who watch on the TV, by the way, people who watch me on the TV watch me for twice as long as people who watch on the computer or on their phone. Here's the reason. Number one, on your phone, you're distracted because there's all kinds of other things and other alerts that are coming into your phone while you're trying to watch. The surprising thing also, put your hand up if you're watching me on a phone right now, which is absolutely insane for me because I spend so much time making my sets so amazing. Like it's designed for like a full big ass experience. So looking at it on a phone, it's so tiny. Like you can't read like what's happening down here. You can't read that. It's too small, because if I sized it for a phone, it would have to be massive. So hang out on your computer. A lot of people watch on their laptop or watch on their computer as well. But surprisingly, it goes phone first, then computer, then TV, then tablet. So, yeah, tell me what device you're watching this on. You get an Apple TV, guys. That's how you do it. You get an Apple TV, you get a Roku box, you get a Fire Stick, like you get a smart TV. Like every TV has YouTube built in nowadays. All right, guys, that was Mike Morrison. No, that was Joe Franklin. Sorry, Joe. That was Joe Franklin. I don't know why I had Mike Morrison on the lips. Chat. All right, Joe Franklin. That's who that was. We are at Mike Lilly. Mike says, hey, Carty. Hey, crew. This week's assignment is a bonus shot from a project Cynthia and I recently completed, our largest to date. Thanks again for your influence, support, and indulgence. Shot with a DJI Air 2S, 8.4 millimeter, eighth of a second, 2.8, ISO 800. This is the one and only Mike Lilly. Mike. Yes. This is me saying 100 yeses for you, my guy. This is what I ask for. This is the kind of thing that I need from you, Mikey. This is what I need. I beg from this. I beg for this from you. This I've needed. I've wanted. The color is right. The fact that it's shot at night, like the chairs. The angle of the chairs, like just this, you couldn't have picked a better spot. The only thing I'm noticing is this fence here. I'm wondering if this should be down and like out of the frame. The only thing about that is this is already a little claustrophobic. That's going to then make this too claustrophobic. So watch your edging, obviously here. This is a yes for me, Mike. This is a very, very technically beautiful photo. This is a yes. I'm going to say it again. Yes. This is a yes. Tell him, Taylor. Tell him. All right. Well done, Mike Lilly. This 100%. This one of these. Yes or yes? Oh my word. I hope you guys are having a good time, honestly, because if not, like, what are we doing here? Seriously, I try so hard. I try so hard to like give you an experience, I want, but sometimes you might be confused. You might be like, I don't really get it, what's happening here, but it's all good. It's all good. So the poll is, I asked you guys, by the way, there's a poll up there. I said, are you too intimidated to have your photos reviewed? 19% said very. I am not ready for this. And 81% said not at all. Bring it on. This is so helpful. So do answer. 37 of you have answered that poll. Please do so. All right. That was Mike Lilly, everybody. We are now into the final two. The final two. This is Blue Porsche from above. So, good day, Carty crew. For this assignment, I'm continuing the attempt to push my composition angles and edits further and further. This one I call Blue Moon. Hopefully you enjoy it. Canon EOS R, 50mm Tamron 24-70, 1/250th of a second, 7.1, ISO 125. This is the mighty Sean Thomas. Sean, this is a yes for me. Let's see how it crops to the double page. Yes, you could have punched in a little tighter. Like you could have gone in a little, like let me show you just there. Just give me there. Like for me, that's the crop. For me, like that's the crop. But I definitely see why you did it. I see why you did it. Like Sean, this is a yes for me. This is smashy smash. Smashy smash. We're going to give you the smoke on this one, buddy. It's a yes for me. The color is amazing. Color's amazing. at night, the shadow, the like the sky detail in the top of here, the moonlight basically in the top of the car, and the moonlight shadowing this. Like, this is so dirty, Sean. The Porsche branding here, the Porsche branding here. I mean, the lines of the car, like, just there's no. I will own this car. This is like, I'm gonna get a Porsche for sure before my resting days. This is a yes for me. This is a yes. I love this so much, Sean Thomas. This is great. You're getting an 11 from me, guy. Perfect. Small things, but this works. Guys, that's Sean Thomas. When Sean came to me, man, like, Sean was taking pictures of cars that he saw on the street, and they were just like distracting, and like, but he had ideas, and he was also doing details. You know, he was doing these artful car details, but I needed him to be doing something else. Like, okay, the details are great, but show me something else. Like, show me the whole car. Show me a person with a car. Show me someone driving the car. Like, show me the other elements of what a car photographer would do. And that just unlocked something for this guy. And if you look now at Sean Thomas's portfolio, and I'm gonna pull it up because I spend time and I show this as an example, because where Sean started, he would only make images like this. This was all that Sean Thomas did. It was only this. So I helped him add to this portfolio, and now when you look at this guy's portfolio, now look at how when you mix in the details with the other shots, how, Sean, like, how far this photographer has come. And do you want to talk about specialist?
Yes, sir, yes.
Do you want to talk about niched? Like, do you want to talk about niche, specialty, like obsession? And look at the type of cars that he shoots. So you can understand that he's going to be doing ads for Porsche. Like, obviously, he's going to be doing advertising for the Volkswagen Group. Like, look at his car photography. So this is like a great example of how the right coaching, you can actually, like, things can really happen for you if you kind of figure out if you get the right advice, you know. So seeing where Sean is now, and his portfolio, and his visual sensibility, his use of light, his ideas, like, seeing this guy now after 6 months is like, it's really, Sean, like, very, very, very proud of you. And I know we're not there yet for you. We're not there. You're not making $100,000 a year yet. Like, we're not there yet, but you are en route, and we are within the realm where it's never been a closer possibility than it is right now. So, Sean Thomas, and this was the photo. This was the first photo that I was like, Sean, this guy has something amazing. And imagine so much of this other work he's made since, and you can see how he's opened his mind to other aspects of how he shows cars. So this is Sean Thomas, guys. So Sean, well done. This is going to fit really well in your portfolio, and you can see how this is how you do it. And Matt, you asked me earlier, like, how does a new photographer go about building a portfolio? And it's like, you obsess over one thing. Like, Sean, like that, look at that photographer. Like, that's because he obsesses over one thing. And just like I showed you my portfolio, I now showed you Sean's. And see how much better it looks when you don't try to do everything average, because you're gonna suck. if you try to think that you can shoot everything at the top 1% level. You only get to shoot one thing at the top 1% level, only one thing. And it's the thing that you obsess over. And it's way better if that thing that you're obsessing over, there's also a market for. What's the point of obsessing over a niche that no one cares about, like street photography? I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but it is true. Like, street photography is just an exercise. It is not a profession. There's not a market. No one's going to hire you to do street photography. So, yeah. Obsess. That is number one. If you learn nothing else today, learn about the obsession that the photographers who submit. And, I realize I'm going to look at this last photo and then I'm going to talk about something I caught in a video yesterday. Oh, beautiful. Our last shot of the day is Michael Steinmetz. Michael says, Bethlehem Steel Foundry in the Hoover Mason trestle lit up at night. Shot wide angle looking straight up. It was difficult to pull any straight lines, but I loved the colors and the different lights. R8, 20 to 35 millimeter. L at 2.8, 33 millimeter. 30 seconds, f13 at ISO 100. Mike, your niche just changed, my guy. Your niche just changed, and I know that you're not trying to do this as a full-time professional thing, but you selling prints and selling books, this just turned on something. Guys, this is Mike Steinmetz. Mike, this is incredible, my guy. Incredible. Incredible. Let's look at this as a double. I feel like the lines are crooked, so we're going to fix that. Let me show you. The lines are crooked, so let's pull something that's straight lines, which is this, right? So if we pull this, you can see how that line is not straight. If we pull these, you can see it's actually, Mike, it's not like these lines are going to converge, right? You can't avoid these lines converging when you aim up at a structure, okay? But what you can control is this axis here. You can control this axis here, and you can rotate it over to make these lines straight. Make these lines across the top, make those ones straight. Make those ones straight across this way, and the picture's gonna feel so much more, like so much easier to look at. Right now, the photo feels like it's falling. It feels like it's falling this way. And the reason that it feels that way is because our eye needs something that is straight. It needs something. So this is our line. Our line is right here. That is the easiest line to catch. So if that line was straight, the whole photo now feels balanced. But this photo, Mike, is so good, and the location is so good, and the idea is so good. Like, I need you to shoot this again, my guy. I need you to shoot this again, and I need you to give me the frame that is straight. Give me that frame, because I feel this frame is so this way that if you straighten it, you're going to lose so much of the frame, because when you straighten, you actually have to zoom in usually. So you're going to lose the top of these steeples, maybe, if you straighten, and you're going to lose so much of the frame. So do you have a straight one? If the answer is no, please give me this back. These are uplights from this structure. By the way, people are asking, did you light this? No, the structure is lit. They have their own uplights. They light it up like this. So Mike, go back here, please, before you leave this area, and please shoot this again, because the only issue I have with this is it's a little leany. It's a little leaning tower of pizza. So let's just, I've been to Italy. I know it's pizza. Yeah, it's just a little leany. So reshoot that, Mike. Guys, that is Mikey Steinmetz. Michael, even the fact that you see the stars in the sky, my guy, you see stars back here. Like, come on, Mike. Please give me this shot again. I need it. Guys, that is our last photograph. Our last photograph. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you who our photos of the week are. First of all, I'm going to see how many people are watching. Hey, 55 people watching. Can you tell me how many likes we have? I like to see if we can get 50 likes. It kind of makes me happy. I've given away all my free memberships for the month. I give away 10 a month. It's the 31st, which means it's the last day of the month, which means Sunday, which is our next episode. If I get 50 likes on that one, I'm definitely going to gift some subs. I'm going to gift some members, So I'm going to choose my photos of the week, and then I'm going to talk about something that you guys need to do very soon, which is get yourself on my accelerator waitlist if you are trying to be inside my accelerator. Okay, guys, today, photos of the week. This is tricky because we didn't have a lot of photos. But the photos of the week, let me see here. Okay, we're going to do it like this. We're going to start with our first photo of the week, people. Our first photo of the week goes to Samuel Saling. Photo of the week, my guy. Well done. Niche hero at night. This is a niche hero at night. Well done, Samuel. That is Samuel Saling with our first photo of the week. Let's get our next photo of the week winner. Our next photo of the week winner goes to Nick Johnson. Photo of the week, Nick. Well played. Very, very well executed double page spread on Nick Johnson. Well done. Our next photo of the week goes to... Thank you.
The lovely and talented
Liza Hyder. Liza, photo of the week, Liza. Congratulations.
Is there anything wrong with my voice right now? Am I good? I sound okay?
Guys, congratulations, Liza. Photo of the week. Our next photo of the week winner. Our next photo of the week winner goes to the one and only Anna Kaya. Anna, photo of the week, girl. So good, Anna. So good. Please shoot this boy again. Please shoot this boy again. This is so good. So good and a great execution. That's Anna Kaya, everybody. Our next photo of the week. See where we're at here. Our next photo of the week goes to Mike Morrison. Mike, photo of the week, Mike. Well done, buddy. Straighten those lines for me. It's a really great shot. Can definitely go in your book. Well done. Well done. That is Mike Morrison. Well done. All right, our next photo of the week. So close. Our next photo of the week, people, goes to Mike Lilly. Mike, well done. Love this photo. Love, 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 love. Well done, Mike. So good. Mike Lilly, photo of the week. Congratulations, Mikey. Very, very well done. Agreed. All right. Our next photo of the week goes to Auto Lux Imagery, the one we call Sean Thomas. Sean, very well done. Very, very, very well done. Calligraphy is going crazy on my heart right here. You see how I can make it go down? I just take 3 breaths and it'll go down. You see? Look, look. Yes, that's my actual heart rate. It's not a joke. Yes, it is my heart rate. We have technology. We have technology to track everything, yo. Seriously, I have an EKG attached to my stream. Can you believe this? Guys, I was Sean Thomas. Thanks for winning. And our last photo of the week goes to Mike Steinmetz. Mike. Photo of the week, Mike. Photo of the week, Mike. Well done, Mike Steinmetz. Photo of the week. Give me that straightening. Got a couple of guys I need straightens from, but still, the photos were too good for me to
Really just complain about straightening. So straighten your photos and everything's going to be gravy.
Did you actually know that that was me saying high quality content?
High quality content.
It's actually me. It's just a glitch on the voice.
Yes, sir, yes.
All right, guys, I know that you want your best in show, and I want it as well. So let's... Best in show is tricky. Best in show is tricky. I have to be an asshole with best in show. I have to like... I have three. Unmistakable
Yes, sir, yes.
killers this week. 3 photos that, guys, your first best in show, which is the best of the photos of the week, the best of them, your best in show. There's 3. Best in show number 1 goes to Anna Kaya. Anna, best in show, girl. Congratulations. This is a yes. Yes. So killer. So killer. Just remember that small thing that I said about that extra little bit in here that we might not need. Just over here, right? Just this. Our next best in show. Our next best in show. Our next best in show. Ladies and gentlemen, best in show for your real photo reviews is Sean Thomas. Sean, very well done, my guy. The moonlight, the reflection of the sky, the night sky off the roof of the car, the color of the car, the shadow of the moonlight. Like, this is stupid. Just
Yes, sir, yes.
so dumb. It's so good. So dumb. And your final best in show, and the picture that made me the happiest today. My favorite photo of the day and your best in show, Mike Lilly. Mike, you smashed. This made me so happy. So let's go, Mike. Congratulations, buddy. This is it. Guys, those are your photos of the week and your best in shows. So I'm sure you want today's assignment. Stay tuned. Don't leave anywhere because, you know, we got lots of information here for you. Starting with Thursday's assignment for next week. I spun the wheel on Tuesday. My word, these glitches. I spun the wheel on Tuesday, and this is what I learned. I learned that there's an assignment, this is what I do, by the way. At the end of every Thursday, I tell you what the assignment is, but Tuesday, I spin the wheel to determine what the assignment is. Like, this is a wheel spin. The thing that makes it good this way is because if you watch Tuesday's show, you actually get 2 extra days. Today's the day I post the assignment. So there is no post. You don't see the assignment until today, but I tell you what it is if you watch to the end of Tuesday's episode. So this is the assignment. The assignment is this. God is in the details. Okay? I want you to capture a single image that tells a deeper story through subtle details. Now, if you're a portrait shooter, I want you to focus on a part of a person. Their mouth, their hands, their eyes, their ear, and expression. I want you to, if you're a places shooter, I want you to think of the intricate details or intricate design elements of a place. Okay? I want you to be tight. I want you to think tight in intricate details. This is God is in the details. And if you shoot things, I want a close-up detail of a product or a thing or a found objects. Portrait shooters focus on details of the body, details. Places shooters, or by the way, or expression, okay? Places shooters capture intricate details, design details, and things shooters, I want to see an up and close personal detail of a product. And this week's orientation, I am asking for a vertical. That is a magazine cover. God is in the details. That is the name of the assignment. Create a photograph that tells a deeper story, something that you would miss without really getting close up. So that is Thursday's assignment. It is due Wednesday, midnight, Eastern time, my time, which is 12 p.m. midnight, New York time, Toronto time. If you're in Bangladesh, if you're in Boise, you're going to have different times. So figure out what time it is for you when it's midnight, my time, and submit the photo beforehand. God is in the details. Kill this assignment. And you know, there's people who are killers at details, like Sean Thomas. He is a killer at details. So if you're a portrait shooter, shooting an eyeball, shooting lips, you're shooting an ear. What is the commercial application of this photo? How could you commercially apply this photo? I'm not asking you to do it, but I'm asking you to think of what would be the commercial application of you being able to shoot this type of a detail. Guys, that is the vibe. Now, next is you need to know about my photography accelerator. I have a professional photographer's accelerator. I've been running my accelerator for the entire year. It first started as what I will call a master class. And then it soon migrated from a master class to the accelerator that we have going on today. And the whole idea is I'm trying to help you unlock your potential with this accelerator. And my waitlist is growing by the day. It is important that you go to thecartymethod.com and join this waitlist by clicking right there. The thing that makes this accelerator so crazy is it's instruction, coaching, and community. I give you not just a roadmap, I give you a workbook. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, report back. And you have to hand in that workbook. So actually see that you're doing the work, and then you self-assess and maintain this over 75% grade. I literally am helping you build your business by telling you what to do each step of the way. You have community support, you have my support. This isn't a course. This is a program where I actually load in information. You act on that information and your reality changes. It is super, super simple. The people who are in my accelerator are accelerating. There's no other way to say it. But the idea is you get yourself on this wait list and you do it today. Now, number one, who is this for? And who is it not for? That's important. If you are an emerging or struggling photographer that is looking to turn your passion for photography into a profitable business, if you're aiming to hit $100,000 mark, but you're finding it challenging to get there, if you already put in the effort, or if you're ready to put in the effort, this is for you. So My methods and frameworks address every common struggle that holds a photographer back, straight up. So if you're trying to get your photography business off the ground, this is for you. So, but also you got to do the work. You got to build a foundation, and you got to be ready to respond to constructive feedback. So, who's it not for? You are not yet a capable photographer with a solid understanding of camera controls. It's not for you. It's not for you if you change your mind often. If you quit everything you start, or you think photography is some sort of a get-rich-quick thing. It's not for you if you're looking for a magic solution that's going to fix all your business woes without putting in any work to build a stellar portfolio, set up your foundations correctly, and experiment with client acquisition strategies that push you outside your comfort zone. And it's not going to work for you if you're looking for a place to hang out and consume content rather than implement and reflect on what you've learned. And it's not for you if you're still learning the basics of photography and need extra time to develop a service that clients are willing to pay good money for. So this is the coolest thing that I've ever built, and the foundation of the Carty method. And I have these incredible workbooks that I've developed and I've been developing over the course of the year. And these workbooks, after you finish my accelerator, you have these 6 workbooks, which is your engine. That is literally the 6 pistons of your engine. And if your business isn't working, it's because one of those pistons isn't lubed. So you got to lube that up like Diddy, and then do the work. And then all of a sudden, everything is actually working. And it goes like this: your work and the right market for your work, your packaging, industry standard packaging, your value business. Like, you create a business that brings value to people, and you have an offer that is so good that people would feel silly for saying no. And then that's phase 3. Phase 4 is the systems. We go through the systems. Like, there's systems for making money, and there's systems for being efficient. There's systems for getting more for your time. So I explain every system that I use to make my business go, and I teach it to you so you can do it as well. And then number 5 is outward reach, where I'm actually teaching you how to reach out to strangers, which is called cold calling. I actually created a cold reach out master pack, which makes a lot of that process a lot easier. I've done all the heavy lifting. All you need to do is download my templates and kind of start using them. So I teach, and then phase 6 is putting it all together and learning how all 6 of these phases work together and constantly refining. And you just constantly refine, and you work on each one of these phases, and you work. It's just as simple as that. Everybody who's done it, everybody who's in the program, they're already getting jobs. So people who work, things work. And again, work works on you before it works for you. And the accelerator is the work that we work on you, because until you work on yourself, your photography business isn't going to work for you. So if this is something that sounds like you, please join my waitlist. Accelerator opens in January, and I'm condensing this from 6 months to 3 months, and it is going to be the best 3 months of your life. And I promise you, when you pop out on the other side, you are going to be a killer, Guys, thank you. I hope that today brought you value. By the way, you know your assignment. Tuesdays, I'm going to be looking at your photos. This weekend, I want to do something a little bit different on Sunday's podcast. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different on Sunday's podcast, but we do have a podcast on Sunday at noon. And of course, the Accelerator cohort at 3:30. Guys, I hope today brought you value. If you have any questions, please leave them in chat. If you're watching after the fact, please leave a comment and say, I'm part of the Replay Gang, yo. Pop, 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 pop. Say, I am Replay Gang all day, because I can't be here at noon Eastern time when you go live. So I watch the replays. If that's you, please hit me in the comment with Replay Gang. I also want to know, what is the thing that you're struggling with the most? that helps me greatly when you tell me the things that you're struggling with. So let me know what that thing is that you're struggling with the most, and perhaps I can make some content specifically addressing just that. I am on the countdown. It is 8 days until the M4 Mac Mini Pro reaches my desk. M4 Mac Mini Pro. 24 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive, Thunderbolt 5 ports, Thunderbolt USB-C ports. This thing that is 5 inches by 5 inches is going to be running my desk like, yeah, I'm so excited. I've only waited for this computer for a year. It was about, I think, I mean, I have an M1, but I didn't get the M2 because the M1 was still screaming. But around the M2, I was like, maybe I'll get an M3 Mac Mini or the M3 Mac Studio. But they didn't make an M3 Mac Studio, and they didn't make an M3 Mac Mini. So I've been sitting here on the M1, and the M2 wasn't enough of a speed bump. So I've just been waiting for this new Mac, and I've had the money. I've just been sitting, just waiting for an entire year. My frames, like the frames per second that I have here on my live stream, I'm getting like 30 frames per second, trying to push 60. It's like 35, 33 frames per second. So my frame rate is going to go up. I can even stream in 4K. So there's some things that are happening in the future. Like, I'm updating this setup. Camera quality, although my cameras are mirrorless, like they're going to be brought in differently. So the camera quality is going to up. Like, everything is about to level up. We just got to get to next week, Friday. November the 9th, which is my delivery day. I ordered it on game day, meaning I ordered it on the day it was announced, which means I will be one of the first people to have an M4 Mac Mini Pro, which means I should probably make some content. I should probably do a video on it. I should probably do an unboxing and a little desk setup. And my desk setup video is imminent now because I can start doing desk setup talk. I'm also going to set up a different camera, possibly a top down, possibly a camera from this direction, so you can see what my set looks like, which you can't really see right now. But yeah, so adding some more cameras and giving you guys a little bit more insight. Guys, thank you. I hope today brought you value. Yeah, you're gonna have to bring your tuxedos, Anton says, if Carty levels up his stream anymore. Oh, the after party. Thanks, Nick. By the way, guys, I forgot. Every Thursday I do an after party. I used to do it Tuesday, but I've now moved it to Thursdays, and we are doing an after party today. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it like this. We're going to start at 1:45 p.m., which is in 15 minutes. It's super simple. All you need to do is like be a member of the community. You'll see meetups. Just go there. You'll get a Zoom link that says we start 15 minutes after the podcast ends. Podcast's about to end. Give me 15 minutes and then I'll jump in there. You can jump in anytime. And it's a fun hang. Definitely hang out with us. And yeah, that's a great opportunity for you to ask me questions, meet other people who hang out here during the community. In the community, meet people who submit the photos, meet the people who are winning photo of the week, ask them questions. It's the best vibes ever. So after party. Thank you, Nick. I totally forgot about the after party. We do after parties. It used to be Tuesday. I moved it to Thursday. Today I'm going to be there. So make sure your ass is there so we can hang out. And I have a pretty chill day. I was supposed to shoot today. It got canceled. So I have nothing really for the rest of the afternoon except for work to do. Same as tomorrow. So there might be a secret live stream tomorrow for members. By the way, if you're a member, there might be some secret content for y'all tomorrow. And also, I am ordering new things for my desk pretty much all week. And I will be doing a live stream where I set up my new desk. That is going to be members only shit. So if you want to be a part of that and you want to see me set up my Mac Mini and undo all the ports and redo all the ports and do all the cable management and all that stuff, if you're into that kind of stuff, that's going to be members only content for sure. I'm going to do a live stream, but I'll do that for members. And then of course I'll do a desk setup video talking about how I have 2 Mac Minis that run my system because I'm going to be using both of them. And I'm going to explain to you how I'm going to be using both of them and how one of them is going to be my main machine. The other one's going to be connected via network so I can access its processing power, but it's only going to be connected to like a little monitor. So we're going to talk about my new setup and how I'm going to be developing this, storage and all that stuff. Guys, I hope today brought you value. You know me. I am the one and only Steve Carty. Thanks for watching. Go easy on those kids tonight. Happy Halloween, everybody.
This commercial-free live stream was brought to you by the members of this channel. If it wasn't for you, we'd have to fill up these live streams with ads that would just interrupt the flow. The members of this channel make commercial-free content during these live streams possible. Consider becoming a member for $5 a month today to gain access to secret live streams, live chats, and to show your support with that crown badge next to your name. Sharing is caring. If this content has brought you value today, share it, clip it, post it to your socials. Curating and sharing helpful content makes you an expert, even if the content you're sharing isn't yours. Be a curator and share this content with your network. If you're an emerging or struggling photographer that's trying to break free from your current 9-to-5 grind and transition to the life of a working pro photographer, that's our obsession here at the Carty Method. Register, get the support you need. If you're alone and struggling at this craft, make sure you join the Carty Method community. You'll always find help in the show notes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Find your creative and business genius with the Carty Method.
I will see you guys in the after party. Make sure you're there. Get access by joining the Carty Crew Mentorship Community, or if you're in my photo reviews, you're already in there. Guys, go to the meetups. You'll get the Zoom link. I will see you guys in 15 minutes. One love. Thanks for watching, everybody.